Hey guys, Moran Pober here, and in this video I want to discuss with you on what your life could look like in the next 3 to 12 months if you commit to this journey of acquisitions. Now, again, if it's the first time you see me, my name is Moran Pober. I'm the founder and CEO of acquisitions.com. I've been involved in different businesses over the last 15 years now. In the last 3 years, I built the largest community of M&A entrepreneurs and roll-up entrepreneurs and investors. We were involved in 100 plus transactions in the last 3 years. And right now we're also looking to invest with our fund and support roll-up and acquisitions entrepreneurs. Now, I want you to understand that this is an opportunity for you to learn what I learned in the last 15 years and what I learned, things from, I don't want to brag, but things from like multi-millionaires and multi-billionaires. And obviously my personal experience of going through so many deals. Now, I don't care if you never had a business before, or if you are a successful business owner, or even if you sold all businesses already. So if you're a business owner, your process will be very similar, but we might need to adjust things and optimize things for you first in your existing business before you want to grow it by acquisitions, right? Because you don't want to have one messy business and then buy 9 more businesses to find yourself with 10 messy businesses. So we want to make sure that you're doing everything in the right way. And if you're buying your first business or looking to buy your first business, we'll make sure that the first one is good from the get-go. Now, please understand that whatever money you'll make from acquisitions will not hurt me making more money. In fact, I might invest my own money in your deals and acquisitions, and I will make more money and you will make more money. So it's a pure win-win. And I'll share with you some more thoughts on what that can look like as all of us are doing deals. And there's abundance of deals out there. Now, please understand, like what we're building here, like from the bottom of my heart is I really believe we'll build into something beautiful here that will really allow everyone to connect. And as weird as it sounds, like creating this magical situation to allow us to merge businesses and communities and people together so everyone could make more and be part of groups of people that they really enjoy working with. In this video, I want to share in the next few minutes on what's possible, right? So what it looks like, what kind of businesses you can buy, how can you buy profitable businesses? And of course, I want you to buy businesses that you feel good about in sectors that you enjoy, and we'll talk about that as well. And of course, something that is sustainable. Now, of course, you'll face some obstacles if you never did it before. Like, understand that you will have some obstacles. Most people are not even aware of what might those obstacles look like. Things like how to pick the best business for you, how to find the best deals, how to know if the deal is a good deal or not, how to bring the money to close on those deals, and how to do everything using other people's money unless you want to invest yourself. Do you need investors, advisors, how to then operate those businesses? So those are some of the challenges that you might experience in the process. And that's why we're here, to really make sure you're not having those challenges. Or even if you're having, you have a second set of eyes of someone who's been there, done that, to tell you, okay, this might be good, this might be bad. I don't care what point you're watching this video, if the economy is going up or down, it doesn't matter. Even if we're in a recession or the peak, you can still buy businesses. In fact, it's a great opportunity no matter what, because even in a recession, you'll actually have more people who are motivated to sell their business. And guess what? When everything is going great, everyone will want to sell their business as well because they think they'll get a higher price for their business. So understand that no matter where you're at in the economy, there are always great businesses that you can buy and merge together. People ask me, is this even real? Is it even possible to buy a business doing at least $1 million a year in revenues if I never bought a business before? Well, the answer is yes. I didn't believe it in the past, but I bought a business. I barely knew English. I didn't know anything about business, and I bought a business. So it is possible. And in fact, I don't know if you checked some of our interviews and case studies in acquisitions.com. We have dozens of people who bought multi-million-dollar businesses using other people's money who never had any business in the past. Like, I'm talking people who used to be truck drivers, play music for a living, or drive a limo for a living, right? So it doesn't matter where you're at. We had people with also great corporate experience, or C-suite level executives, or business owners, and normal jobs, also successful business owners who sold businesses, try to grow their existing business. I really don't care what's your background. If you're working in Uber right now, I got nothing against it. Like, I started selling flowers in the street. So I don't care what's your background, and if you never saw a financial statement before, or if you're running businesses doing 7, 8, and 9-figure businesses, we worked with all of them, and we are working with all of those type of people. And I'm sure that we can add something. And even if you're a 9-figure entrepreneur, a small nuances can really, really help you and scale things much faster. And if you never had a business before, we can overwhelm you with data and knowledge and expertise and support. Now, what I see that a lot of people are just fighting, like literally trying to climb the wrong tree. in the wrong business model or the wrong way of growing a business. If you have a business, they just try to grow by hunting for new clients or finding new marketing campaigns. And that's the only way they try to grow a business. Or people who never had a business before, they go into completely random business models. I'm not here to brag about this business model of acquisitions, but look at the stats out there. 99% of startups will fail in the first 5 years. So I don't care what business model someone promised you, like this is the best opportunity because we are skipping the 5 years of startups that 99% of them will fail. A lot of people don't even know that it's possible to leverage other people's money to do bigger and better deals. And I'm not even including the fact that we have a fund looking to invest in deals. We can be your other people's money, which again is another way for us to make money and for you to make money in the process. Even as an investor, for us, those are great deals. I'm looking for great people to find great deals so I can get great returns from my investments. And for you, even if you are an investor, I think investing in small businesses is one of the great asset class you can be part of compared to, stock market, crypto, or whatever it is for your real estate. Let's start with how you pick your best sector for you, right? Like we have clients who bought businesses in over 50 sectors at this point, dozens of countries. So the sector doesn't matter. We can help you with whatever sector you're at. I believe that business is business in the end of the day, right? There are a few fundamentals you need to learn in business. And if you don't know them, you'll have breakpoints. So unless you have the fundamentals, it doesn't matter. You need the fundamentals, then we'll help you pick the best sector for you. So the sector doesn't matter as much as the best sector that is the best for you based on your background, your experience. And when working with us, like in the first week, we covered that. We nailed down the best sector for you, right? So please understand that. Then people ask me, okay, why would someone sell? And I'll get to a few examples of sectors in a second, but just to understand, guys, there are business owners who are super motivated to sell right now. Baby boomers looking to retire, people who just want to do other stuff and always have the shiny object syndrome, want to do different things. There's so many deals out there. You'll get so many opportunities. You'll be surprised. Like people are begging us to buy their business. It's not that we have too many buyers. And we can get them to finance large chunk of the purchase price, sometimes even 100%, or talk to financial institutions to give us the money. And I'll expand on that in a second. But to give you the overall idea of what it looks like, we're finding people who are motivated to sell their business because they want to retire, they want to do something else, they have unfortunately health issues or whatnot. A lot of those people out there. And then we go to people with money, if it's institutions or individual, and we connect between money, the deal, and we are the owner of basically that business. That's kind of like the process in a nutshell, right? In a very simplified version. We can be involved. I can tell you some of the sectors we were involved here with are like dentists, e-commerce, insurance, marketing, tracking, financial services, HVAC, plumbing, roofing, staffing, pest controls, personal trainers, electricians, CBD, IT, security, construction, SaaS companies, mobile home parks, landscaping, hotels, and more. Like, I don't care what's your sector. We either were involved in that sector in dozens of countries at this point, or it doesn't matter because business is business and we can help you with the process of acquisitions and adjust small nuances so you're doing things faster and not making mistakes. Remember, those people need us. You'll need to turn down people because they need to sell themselves to us on why we should buy their business. And it's good because we can then make, do more deals and make more money with the deals that we want. And it's on you to decide you want to do one deal and then chill back and literally be financially free with one good business like a lot of our clients, or do you want to go out there and do more deals? And it's up to you to decide. And I'll share with you examples of what that can look like in a second. Understand that right now, people are like, where do I get the money? Well, there is more money in circulation looking for investment right now than ever before. Right? Government is printing money. People are out there with a lot of money. People are looking to give money. And again, we're looking to invest in deals as well. There's not enough people looking for deals. We need like 10 million people to look for deals for us to have this saturated. So don't be afraid that, everyone knows about it right now. No one knows about it. Even business owners don't even know that it's possible to buy businesses. Now, I want to go through kind of like what's possible in the first few months, what kind of revenues or profits. And I think the best way for me to show you on what's possible is based on a deal that one of our clients just sent me that he wants to close. He literally got the offer accepted. He got the bank to accept the financing, and they literally just need to close the deal. So I want to show you what that looks like. So here's some information that I got from one of my clients about a deal that he's working on. So here's an example of a P&L. And if you never saw that, I don't want to overwhelm you, but this is what the financial statement, profit and loss statement look like for a business. This is a simplified version of it. But this is a guy who never had a business before. This is his first business. And he's buying a business that did last year 3.3 million. And adjusted EBITDA is kind of like basically, let's call it profit. I don't want you to look at pre-tax income, ignore that, because that's before the owner took like hundreds of thousands of dollars to his pocket. But basically the profit of the business is 618. That's the money that you can take home after all expenses if you buy that business, right? So as you can see, this is, I think, a great example. So we have a signed LOI, which basically says that they accepted the offer, and we have a term sheet. Let me see, I want to make sure that we don't have any issues. But yeah, you see, we have a term sheet from a bank that will be willing to give him all the money, plus the seller is willing to finance part of the deal. And I'll show you what it looks like. And by the way, yeah, if you didn't check it out, go to acquisitions.com/interviews. You'll see a few of our interviews with people who bought businesses from 4 million to 30 million to whatever. We have dozens, and people from all different backgrounds and history and whatnot. So here's, first of all, an example of what a deal can look like, right? First deal, the guy never had a business before, 3.3 million in revenues, 600,000 in profits. Not too bad, right? And I'll show you in a second what that looks like and when you can make that money. But I want to show you how many opportunities you have out there of people who are motivated to sell those businesses. You literally can go to websites like BizBuySell, and we have much better ways of finding those deals with off market and going directly to business owners, because those are businesses are for sale and you'll actually have more competition. But let me show you, you can go to a website like that and literally ask them, hey, I only want to see deals that have seller financing, which means that this seller will finance a large chunk of the deal. That means that assuming you want to pay 1 million for the business owner and the bank will only loan you $800,000, everyone here, you can now negotiate that the difference, the $200,000 left in the deal, can be financed over a period of time where you can pay the $200,000 over 1, 3, 5, 10 years using the business cash flow to pay it back. Hopefully you understand it, guys. Like, I'm trying to really simplify it, but understand that you can buy a business using its own cash flow over time. And of course, part of the money will come from a financial institution, a bank, or an investor. So look how many deals are out there literally open to talk to you about seller financing, right? Different sizes, any size you can think. Ideally, we want to go for businesses doing more than $500,000 in revenues. Otherwise, it's not really a business, it's more like a job. And I want to show you from one of our community members. Look at this, 70 years old, has been looking over my shoulder. Just read through that for a second. But basically she said, I want to do this. And then she literally started calling landscaping business owners and going out there and taking the next steps on doing deals. So if David's daughter, 17 years old daughter, was able to do that, talk to business owners who are making millions, I promise you that you can probably do it as well. In a few minutes, I'll also walk you through month by month what it looks like, what you're going to do every month when it comes to what kind of results you can expect in the first month, second month, and third month, and what you're going to focus on. But please understand, this is what's possible. Look, his daughter, 17 years old, is doing that. I'm also showing you a lot of businesses that are open to seller financing. And here's an example from literally an actual deal that the client want me to look at and help him with, that got an LOI signed, which is basically an offer accepted, and a term sheet from a bank that's saying we will finance the deal for you, right? I don't want to open too many confidential stuff in here, but in a nutshell, this is what's possible for a first deal. I also want to mention something else. So we show you a first deal. This is what next step level deals can look like. So this is, again, we removed the confidential part, but this is one of our top superstar guy, Michael. He basically created a company doing, if you look at the numbers here, so this is the revenues, right? And you can see basically created a company in EBITDA doing those kind of numbers. Like, look, like $200-300 million almost in revenues, and EBITDA like 60-70 in EBITDA, which is pre-tax profits. And he did it in less than a year. He basically merged all those companies together and was able to buy them. So what other business model will allow you to create a business doing more than 200 million in revenues in less than a year? Now, I'm not telling you that you're going to do that right away, but even if you just did one deal like this guy here, wouldn't it be nice to just buy one company doing like 3-point-something million a year? I want to show you what is very doable versus what's possible with Michael. And yeah, you can start with one deal. You don't need to do all of those. You can find them with brokers like website that I showed you, or you can use some of our strategies. We have dozens of strategies that will help you find those deals, reaching out directly to business owners, right? Things like using email or social media or letters or events. And of course, we will give you all the scripts, systems, all of those things where you can just literally click few buttons and get in touch with business owners who are motivated to have a conversation with you. Then the question usually that comes up is, how do you know if a deal is good or not, right? So we will teach you how to know if a deal is good or not, like within 5 minutes. and how much to offer on a business, even if you never looked at numbers before. I don't care what's your background, we can help you with that. And it's really easy to use. Like, we created those proprietary systems and financial models and scripts and templates that you can use. Like, again, if this 17 years old daughter was able to do that, promise you can do it as well if you'll just be willing to put some time and effort into it. Like, if you can put 1 hour a day, 1-2 hours a day consistently, you can make insane progress in this. So I talked to you a bit about how you find a deal, then can really help you on analyzing the deal, then how you get the money. When it comes to getting the money, again, I showed you a term sheet from a bank, but there's a lot of ways to finance it. You can talk to financial institutions. We have access to a lot of them that you can reach out to. Like, we have a Rolodex of people you can we give you their phone number and email, and you can reach out to. You'll have so many business owners to talk to. So ideally, you will pick the best deal of someone who's the most motivated, who have the best deal, who give you the amount of money that you want to make in the business that you ideally want to own. And of course, we'll walk you through the process to make sure that you're buying the best business for you. And we'll also share with you dozens of ways where we were able to find money for ourselves and our clients' deals. And there are dozens of ways to find money. Those are different deal structures and places to find money. I think I mentioned it already, but if you will let us invest in your deal and partner with you, and we like your deal, we will even refund our services fee. So basically, you just put a deposit to learn all of this from us. And if you allow us to partner with you, like, it will cost you nothing, right? It does cost money to start and learn that process with us. Understand that it takes us a lot of time and effort to support you in the process. But in the end of the day, if you're willing to put skin in the game, then we will be happy to refund you money if you are allowing us to invest in your deal. But understanding it's a two-way street, right? So we're sharing with you all we know. It's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars of mistakes and success stories that I created for myself and other people. So please understand and respect that. Like, it's a two-way street, right? So we are sharing with you all that we know, potentially even put our money and invest, but you need to show that you're serious too, and you're willing to play the game and invest in yourself, so you're not wasting our time with you when we're willing to give you everything. We have hundreds of people who want to work with us every week. We got to know who is serious so we can put our time and effort into him, and then of course invest in him and partner with him. If kind of like we have a similar culture, similar vibe, and we have similar values and view around the world. So I just thought it important to go through that as well. There's a lot of misconceptions about the no money down deals or how we use OPM. Please understand, we do pay a lot of money for those businesses, but it doesn't necessarily need to be our money, right? You can definitely put your money if you want and get great returns compared to real estate or stock market. But if you don't necessarily want to put your own money, or don't have a lot of money to put, or don't have money at all to put, that's okay, because that's when we use other people's money and we pay with their money to buy those businesses, right? So it doesn't mean that we're getting great businesses for free. No one will give you great businesses for free, but they will give you great businesses for amount of money that you can bring. And the business owner that is selling the business doesn't care where the money is coming from. All he cares about is that he'll get some money, right? Also credit. A lot of people ask me about credit. Here's the thing. Realistically, like, do you need credit to close deals? No. Will it be helpful? I mean, yes, it just opens more door for you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be able to do deals. A lot of our best clients didn't have a credit. Like, we have Borislav, who didn't have even an American credit. He basically is originally from Eastern Europe and he came to the US. He didn't have even a credit, like a social security number in the US. And he was able to raise capital from institutions and whatnot. So if you don't have credit, it means that one option out of our dozens of deal structures and financing opportunities will be closed to you. That's it. Right? So don't look for reasons on why not. Look for all the reasons and all the structures on what you can do. And of course, you can also work on your credit. It won't hurt you. If you want to improve it, feel free, but it doesn't mean anything about acquisitions. In the end of the day, it's about being creative when you have no money and no credit, right? Because if you had money and great credit, maybe you wouldn't even be on this video right now, right? You would already super successful and we wouldn't even need this call with you. So to be wealthy, you need to be open to the idea that the money is out there with other people, that you need to be okay with leverage. You need to be okay with the idea or understand the idea of assets versus liabilities. So using credit or raising capital is totally fine when it's going towards investments in assets, right? Assets are things like businesses, like real estate. But when you're raising capital or taking credit to buy cars, that's stupid, right? So also understand that for me as an investor or for institutions that are looking to invest, they care much more about the deal itself. So if the deal is good enough and your credit is not, it doesn't matter because the deal can handle itself, right? the deal, the operations of the business is good enough and they have great history, and then they won't even care about you. They'll look at the deal is good. Do we have good operations? Do we have a good management team? That's what they look at. And we have, again, people like Borislav, who bought a $13 million trucking company. We have a guy like Leo, who used to play music for a living. He bought a multi-million-dollar business in the US. We have a guy like Arya, who bought an hotel. He used to be a waiter in the hotel that he bought. So, I mean, those guys didn't really have the best credit, right? So, but they were willing to do whatever it takes to be committed, resourceful, creative, to find the money to close the deal. That's what it takes. And the money is out there looking for deals. Governments are printing more money than ever. So banks need to do something with that money, and they're looking to loan money to people. So hopefully that covers the money, where we get the money from. So investors, banks, and the business owner, seller itself will pay for it. And we have dozens of other structures on where to get the money from, if it's from suppliers or different CEOs or customers or different strategies in the negotiation that will allow you to pay over time. Let's move to operations. How do you then operate the business? Well, first of all, you can let us, me and my team, help you operate the business, which we can discuss if you are about to close the deal. You can, of course, operate yourself, or you could hire someone with the cash flow of the business you just bought, right? So you bought the business and you have now cash flow. Like I showed you in the deal, you have like $3 million to play with, or $600,000 in profit to play with. Do you think you can use at least $100,000 of that to find someone to run the day-to-day for you? Yes, you can. Or you can pay it for yourself and you run it, right? So finding those deals is easy, guys. It's out there in websites like I showed you, Biz Buy Sell, and that's just the businesses for sale. There are millions of businesses that are not even for sale that we can reach out to, that we have those strategies to find those businesses. And those are called off-market. I don't want to overwhelm you, but there's off-market, on-market. Those are deals on our websites. They're okay, but they're not the best. The best way is to go directly to business owners, and that's what we really preach. And we have all the templates and scripts to do that. Understand that the way when we work with people, guys, I mean, we care about results in the end of the day. We will be flexible about everything else, softwares, websites you want to use or whatnot. But in the end of the day, and you need to ask yourself, what do you care about in the end of the day the most? Do you care about random, I don't know, nice looking website, or do you care about results and buying the best business and getting great profit? Because you will need to be flexible as well and willing to change things over time in yourself as a personality, and be open to the idea to expand your mind on what's possible, with the idea that the result is the number one focus. Getting the results that you want, getting the income that you want, the lifestyle that you want, the impact goals that you want, to eventually do better for yourself, your family, your community, the world, as cheesy as it sounds. But a lot of people are holding themselves back from doing that because they're stuck in their framework of who they are right now. And if who you are right now would be great, you wouldn't be here because you already had the results that you want. But if who you are right now don't have the results that you want, it means that you need to change the way you think and to start to think like a different person, like the person who's already successful, right? Start to think like that person and act like that person, and take decisions and make decisions and act like the person if it's investing in yourself and where you put your time in. In terms of ongoing expenses day to day, when it comes to doing acquisitions, like you want, other than the services of working with us, if you decide that it's a fit for you, you don't really need to spend anything unless you want. Like calling business owners won't cost you money. Like using Google Sheets won't cost you money. Sometimes you can do Zoom calls. That can be even free as well. So it's really a question of how much you want to invest in automations and whatnot. Those are some of the costs that you might have, but you don't have to use that. Using like LinkedIn premium features, you don't have to use that, but it's an accelerator, right? But it's not a must at all, right? I don't even like a lot of those things because I think old school stuff sometimes works the best. So you remember, people will beg you to buy their businesses, so you'll need to learn how to filter things. I want to go through my screen right now real quick to show you kind of like what you need to expect in the first few months. So look at this thing here, right? So we have month one. The goal in month one is to pick your sector and start to build your deal flow, right? Month two, after you have some deal flow, we will then want to analyze the deals and pick the best deals for you. And of course, making offers. Right? At the same time, we will also talk to financial partners, people with money that could finance those deals. And of course, those things could happen in the first week. But I really want to just manage the expectations and not really overwhelm you and tell you, look, first month, just do this. Second month, do this, which is very doable. First month, you just pick a sector, which can take you an hour, and you build your deal flow, which you can literally, here's a way you can find right away. So you can do that within an hour, within a week. And of course, off-market deal flow might take you longer. Month two, cool. Let's find the best deals. Let's make offers. Let's also talk to people who will invest in us. We'll get some offer accepted here. And month three, let's focus on closing the best deals. right? Doing due diligence, closing the best deals. Then let's focus on how we can make money, right? So this is a lot of time I'm getting asked about this question about when do we make money? Well, first time is you can make it closing. If you raise enough money, you might take yourself a bonus. As you own the business, you can pay yourself an income. You can also distribute dividends. And of course, if you sell the business, you can get a nice chunk as well. You decide how much money you distribute when you own 100% of the business. And then you can make a decision. Do I want to pay a manager to run the business for me? Or do I want to go out there and do more deals and do roll-ups like I showed you that Michael did and just bought as many companies as he can? But it's on you. At this point, you might make, like I showed you an example of this deal, right? So you'll get to a point where you have a business doing like 600,000 in profits. I mean, it's on you to then decide, is it enough for you to live, or you just want to chill and be with, live your great lifestyle, or you want to go out there and continue to do more deals. So I thought it will be a good idea to show you kind of like manage your expectation on what a result might look like in the next few months for you. Now, look, obviously, if you have experience, you could probably do it faster. We have people who close deals in the first week or two, especially depends if you need how much due diligence you need. If it's a distressed deal or it's a super profitable deal, that will determine how faster can you make it. But even if you never close the deal, so what? Like, give yourself some time, If you close the deal in the first 3 months, awesome. Even if it took you 1 year to buy one business like that, don't you think it's worth it? If the most amount of money you made so far is 50, 100, 300,000 a year, if it took you 1 year to learn a skill that will allow you to buy businesses doing a few million a year, every year. So really ask yourself, like, where can you make so much money in such a time, guys? I mean, most business models will promise you big numbers. Hey, I can show you how to make 10,000 or 20,000 a month very fast. Well, here's the thing, no one is talking to you about expenses. I'm showing you actual businesses that survive the startup phase. And I'm showing you, look, a real business have expenses, have employees, have team members, have processes. Startups don't have that because they're just trying to start from scratch and the one person is doing everything. So you don't really have a business when you're looking at all the other business models. You're just getting yourself a job that will take you 10 times more than a regular job. Now, those numbers, I don't know, for some of you might seem crazy, but I can tell you we're doing those deals every day. It's not. Like, those are the normal deals out there. Like, businesses doing between 1 to 10 million in revenues. That's kind of like our sweet spot. And we are buying businesses from people who are literally desperate to sell, right? Plus, we have banks and investors who are desperate to give us money. So, that's how we can really buy those great businesses. We have cash flow from the businesses we buy to hire operators if we want. And that's why I believe that saturation is never an issue in here, because there's not enough people like me and hopefully you. There are millions of businesses out there that we can buy, but not enough people that want to sell. And everyone will sell his business for the right price and term from the right person. We really built an A to Z process here. We can really help any person find great deals, find capital, analyze deals, operate those businesses. You will just need to go out there and communicate with the business owner, and talk to them and have conversations. It can be physical meeting or it can be Zoom calls. Like, nowadays you can do everything on Zoom. It's pretty incredible. And we will even give you the script of exactly what to say. We will even give you recorded calls of actual calls with business owners that you can listen to. This is the perfect business model to really build something big for yourself and others that you care about. So this is what's possible, guys. People like Michael, we have people like Dan who bought like 32 businesses already. And what if you did just 10th of that, Instead of buying 30 businesses, you just bought 1 or 2 or 3. I mean, wouldn't it be still a no-brainer? Heck, even if you took longer than 3 months, like I said, don't you think it's worth it? So to summarize, guys, picking the best niche for you sector, we will help you. Making sure you know if a business is good or not and paying the right amount, we cover you. Making sure you have money to pay for the business, we'll give you institutions we worked with, and we potentially even invest ourselves if you allow us to partner with you and refund our service fee. Making sure you know how to operate and how to hire someone, we covered that as well. But now we need to make sure, remember, it's a two-way street. We need to make sure that you're serious, that we like to work with you. I don't want to work with assholes. I don't need to work anymore, guys. So I want to make sure that whoever I work with is a good person, good heart, and just looking to do good things in the world and make a lot of money for themselves and people they care about. I'm the first one to tell you I'm the biggest capitalist in the world. I want to make a lot of money, but I want others to make a lot of money as well. I like to have a great competition, but I want to do it with good people. Understand it's a game, right? I don't like leechers. People are like looking to get all the time. So I'm at a point that I really want to invest in you, partner with you, give back. And I also, I'm looking for people who are willing to put some skin in the game, because life is short. I want to make sure that people are serious when they're looking to spend my time, because you'll have an opportunity to access me. Right? That's why if we think you're qualified, we do ask you, of course, for a fee based on the level of support that you want. We're committed to you. right? We have few spots open, but not too much, because again, we're putting time and effort with myself and my coaches that we have. This business is not going anywhere, right? Also, I don't think that the way that we're doing things, we don't have competitors. No one is out there giving so much hands-on support to people, and no one is out there will give you money if you got good deals. And that's what we're looking to do. Give you money plus open doors for everyone we know, like financial institutions, and obviously also deal flow that we're getting. Like, it's a no-brainer, guys. We're getting so much deal flow because of who we are as acquisitions.com, and so many institutions reaching out to us who want to invest in our clients' deals, and we are personally looking to invest. No one who's out there is doing that and is so involved hands-on on deals and want to be so involved in your deals and even help you merge and grow and take companies public, right? But you need to be coachable, committed to be successful in this. Again, it's a two-way street, guys. I believe that life is short for all of us. Like, time is closing on us, on me, on you, and everyone. Like, I've been in the military, so I know how short life can be, unfortunately, right? So if you want to be doing something for yourself right now, you'll work for someone else until retirement, or you will stay where you're at and hit a plateau with your business unless you realize this opportunity of growing by acquisitions. It's time, I think, for you to take control of your life than letting someone else control you. And if you're skeptical, stay skeptical or decide to make a change in your life, right? I showed you what's possible, why it's possible, and why it's doable. If you want to believe your limitations for the rest of your life, I can't really help you. You'll need to make the jump and jump into the water at some point and take that risk. It's not really a risk. Like, what's the worst case that can happen? You'll get back to be who you are right now. Or worst case, you'll end up the person you actually want to be. A lot of us are just afraid of who we can become. And we're afraid to take that jump because we're afraid what people will think about us. Guys, there's nothing to lose. I'm telling you, I've seen close friends of mine in their military like just die. So for me, it really helped me destroy some of my fears, understanding that I need to make a decision of who I want to be, and I need to act like that person every single day, because there's nothing to lose. This life is a game, great, beautiful, sad, everything. We have this, crazy emotional roller coaster. But the biggest lesson that I can share with you is don't be afraid. If that's what you want to be, start to act like that person. And what it takes to win in this, you got to start to think like that person. You got to start acting like that person. You got to invest in yourself like that person. You got to look at the world like someone who's already reached successful and already the owner of as many businesses as you want. And not like someone who's the person who's who you are right now, closing on yourself and afraid of everything. And I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying that's what I'm seeing in a lot of people who try to get into this world. They either jump all in and they're super successful, or they're afraid and just go back and do whatever they've been doing so far. And it's your decision. And showing up, guys, with the right attitude is like 99% of this. This is what will make you successful. Showing up with the right attitude, commitment, resourceful, willing to do the work, and leave the other 1% for us. The steps, the scripts, the A to Z process, the strategy, making sure you're not making mistakes. We got you covered there. So take care, good luck, and I'll see you soon.